Mr. Secretary, have you received any apologies? Rotarian blanks.
That was the only one I received, please.
All right, thank you so much. In the absence of any further apologies, we will move to the introduction of our guest speaker for tonight. And I will do the introduction myself. Our guest speaker for tonight, I met him whilst we were doing the polio immunization. And whilst
I missed a couple of meetings. Sorry.
Please, sorry, someone's mic is on. Can the person kindly mute so that we can have less echo coming from his side? So please, if your mic is on, kindly unmute so that you don't interrupt the meeting. Thank you. As I said, I met him during the polio immunization, and I invited him to speak to us tonight. And he's very well versed in the affairs of polio in Ghana. And he agreed to attend our meeting and be our guest speaker tonight. And it's in the name of Isaac Abrefa Buzia. He's a field epidemiologist. He works with the Ghana Health Service and is currently stationed in Tema West Municipal Health Directorate and is in charge of disease surveillance and control. So you can imagine that tonight you are blessed to have someone who understands diseases, and he's going to give us all that we need to know about polio. And I believe he's going to go beyond polio, and there's a lot we are going to learn from him tonight. So we move to the next, which is the object of Rotary, and I'll ask our past president, Albert, to read the object of Rotary for us.
Mr. President, fellow Rotarians, I read to you the object of Rotary. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular to encourage and foster, 1, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. 2, high ethical standards in business and professions. The recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations, and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve society. 3, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. And 4, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideal of service. Thank you.
Thank you so much, PP Albert. I think we'll move to announcement. So I'll ask the secretary if there are any announcement for him to take us through. Rotarian blanks, I think you are muted. Okay, I think Rotarian blanks is having some issues with his mic. But one of the announcements is that members...
He's unmuted now, he can speak, I think.
Okay, Rotarian blanks. Okay, I think he's having an issue with his connection. You can hardly hear him. So, but I want to remind members that payment of dues are still being received, and members are encouraged to settle their dues. Those who are yet to do that, kindly see the treasurer and fulfill that obligation. And also members who are still not on my Rotary are being reminded to sign up. We aim to have 100% my Rotary signing this Rotary year. So members are encouraged to do that so that all members can be on my Rotary. It's very important we do that. And members are also encouraged to fellowship with other clubs so that we can also have them joining our meeting. It's also very important that we do that. So for now, these are the few announcements that I want to put across whilst we move to the next, which is the main business of the day. As you are already aware, our guest speaker has been introduced. So, Mr. Abrifa, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I have already been introduced, so I would go straight with my presentation. So with my presentation, I would start from poliovirus disease, which we call poliomyelitis, the mode of transmission, and then I proceed to the impacts it has in Ghana. So polio or poliomyelitis is a disabling and life-threatening disease caused by poliovirus. And the virus spread from person to person and can infect a person's spinal cord, causing paralysis, which means that the person becomes immobile in some parts of the body, most especially either the upper limbs or the lower limbs. Polio still does exist, although polio cases have decreased over the years by close to 99% since 1988. Most of the times when I go to class and I'm giving lectures, I would want to make the mode of transmission of polio very simple. And the mode of transmission is through filth. And most of the times you say it's fecal-oral, but I would want to make it simple because if you say something is fecal-oral, it means that basically you have taken someone's feces into your body. It means you've eaten someone's feces. So poliomyelitis is one of the fecal-oral diseases, which means that you get the disease through eating someone's feces. We have three types of polio. Please, can I continue?
Please go ahead, sir.
Yes, we have three types of polioviruses: the polio type 1, type 2, and type 3. These are type of polioviruses that are seen as very severe when it comes into contact with humans. We have vaccines as one of the main ways of preventing polio spread from person to person. And these vaccines work by triggering the immune system to fight against the poliovirus. So if a vaccinated person comes into contact with the polio disease, the immune system is able to respond effectively, preventing the disease from developing or reducing the severity of the disease. So each year, vaccine prevents more than 2.5 million children globally from deaths. And additionally, 2 million children from death could be prevented each year through immunization. This means that most children in some parts of the country and some parts of the world, which are more than 2 million, are not receiving vaccines. I wouldn't go far. Just in my jurisdiction, Tema, Tema West is a new municipality. And then we realized that some parts of Tema West, children over there haven't received vaccines for the time since they were born up to this age. Some of the children were 5, some of them are 7, and they've never received vaccines. And just by the count, you could count about 25 people from within a small area. So it means that there are still children who are not receiving vaccines. Vaccines are very safe. And these vaccines are preventing our children from getting the polio viruses. But along the line, Ghana started recording some polio diseases. That was before the 2000s. And these polio diseases were coming with disabilities, and some were resulting in deaths. But before around 2000, where the immunization services in Ghana became robust, we started with having reduced number of polio myelitis, and then deaths associated with polio subsided. But somewhere July 2019, Ghana, alongside its neighbors like Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, started recording what we call the circulating vaccine-derived polio virus type 2. The reason behind the vaccine-derived polio outbreak is not the vaccine itself, but it's as a result of low vaccination coverage over a long period in some parts of the country and some parts of the continent. And it's facilitated by the poor sanitation nature of our communities. So as a country, we started the vaccines, the trivalent OPV. I want to go a little historical so that we would be able to understand why we started getting the circulating vaccine-derived polio virus, though we are still giving the polio vaccines. So polio immunization started in Ghana in 1978, and then it started with the TOPV. TOPV means trivalent. It means that all the 3 strains of polio viruses that I mentioned, the polio type 1, type 2, type 3, are in that particular vaccine, and it was given orally. And then in 1988, polio eradication strategy initiative was implemented, and then the goal was to end or eradicate polio by the year 2000. So with that, we're supposed to introduce IPV into the system, into our routine immunization around 2015. Ghana could not introduce the vaccine alongside some parts of the continent, could not introduce the vaccines, the IPV. But because the polio type 2 had been seen not to be causing any poliomyelitis, it was taken out of the polio vaccine. So now we didn't have the TOPV, we had BOPV, which means bivalent. It means it contains 2 types of the polio viruses, that is polio type 1 and type 3. It means that the type 2 had been taken out of the vaccine. And this type 2 should have been replaced with the IPV, but there was a global shortage of the IPV. So Ghana could not introduce in 2015, but along the line in 2018, Ghana introduced the OPV. It means that there were a backlog of children who could not receive vaccines that had the type 2 polio virus. And these children were approximately 2.4 million. So in July 2019, there was an imported cases from our neighboring Nigeria. And when you trace epidemiologically, you do epidemiological link, you would see that polio is very predominant where there are conflicts, where there are wars. So around the northeastern part of Nigeria, where the Boko Haram is operating, I don't know if that is the word I should use, where Boko Haram is. There were some cases of this circulating virus, vaccine-derived polio virus. So it traveled all the way to Ghana, and then we started recording this in children. So from July 2019 to April 2020, we had recorded 29 positive cases. And funny enough, 25 out of these 29 had never received any form of OPV. And OPV is not given once in a lifetime. It is given one up to about 4. And then sometimes when we have campaigns like NIDs, National Immunization Days, SIEs, we also give polio. So if a child had never received this kind of vaccine, though it's given multiple times, then it should tell you that the child had never received any form of vaccine. So the 25 out of the 29 had never received vaccines, but the 4 had received some, but it wasn't enough. Some had received 1, some had received 2. So polio is embarked for eradication. And then if we say something is being embarked for eradication, it means that we want to reduce polio to 0 globally. That means that we don't want to record any form of polio disease. So as a matter of fact, it's one of the major objectives of polio end game is to eradicate all forms of polio, which is the type 1, type 2, type 3. And fortunately, we had eradicated the type 2, which Ghana had the certification in June this year. And then we are waiting for a polio-free country by eradicating the type 1 and the type 3. So an outbreak of polio can be stopped by giving multiple of polio vaccines. And then now with our routine immunization, when a child is being born, the child at birth, up to 2 weeks, you can give the child polio. The child should be given polio alongside BCG. So after 6 weeks, the child comes back for another polio. And then 4 weeks from the 6 weeks, the child comes back for another polio. Another 4 weeks, the child comes back for another polio. So it means that by the time the child would be 9 months, the child should have taken about 4 polio doses. And then subsequently, when there are mass campaigns like the NIDs, the SIAs, the child will take other forms of polio vaccine. So we have 2 types of polio vaccines that we are giving now. We have the BOPV, which is the bivalent OPV, and then we have the IPV, which is an injection that is given to the child. The last case of the polio virus in Ghana was recorded in 2008, and this one was even an imported case. And this person came from Nigeria and then brought the case, and it still was coming from the northeastern part of Nigeria. So it means that most people travel all the way to this place, and when we don't vaccinate our children, they become susceptible. They become I want to break it down. They become eligible for polio virus to be able to get into their system. Now, the impact of polio to the country. As a matter of fact, we could all attest to the fact that disability as a result of polio cannot be recorded nowadays. Previously, where I was brought up, we could have children who had either their legs, one of their legs being paralyzed as a result of polio, or yes, as a result of polio, or one of their arms, upper arms, which is the left arm or the right arm being affected by polio. But now disability associated with polio is not being recorded in the country. And then there is productivity due to working force. Since people are not coming down with disabilities, since people are not dying as a result of polio, we still have people who are growing, people who are very energetic, and people who are working to make a living for themselves and for their family, as well as people who have the energy and then the physical capacity to also attend school. Healthcare costs savings is one of the impacts of polio immunization. So the government is not spending much in building rehabilitation centers. And so with this reason, the costs that should have been involved in building rehabilitation centers and rehabilitating individuals are being directed to other sectors. And then care-related gains by parents. The time spent in taking care of their children now, parents have time to do other things, because if your child is sick, if your child is paralyzed, you would concentrate on the child. Your activity will become limited, because you always have your eyes at home when you are outside, because you have a child to take care of. You have a child to help move from one point to the other. But since these children are not paralyzed, they can walk, they can do whatever they have to do. Your time spent around these children, you limit it, and then you have time to do other things to yourself. And then polio vaccination has made traveling safe, which is also improving tourism. Now, why am I saying this? Nobody would want to come to Ghana when they know that Ghana is a polio endemic area. But due to polio vaccinations, we are not recording polio diseases, and then it has become safe for people to come into the country to either trade or look at environment, and then have their holidays, have their other personal activities within the country. So it's making traveling very safe. And then it also signifies peace, and then in the form of also promoting peace. Because when we see the sub-Saharan areas where polio cases are, they are always with their background of conflict. So it means that in the country, without us recording paralysis and deaths associated with polio due to the immunization, we are promoting our peace. It is an identity that there is peace in the country. And then it enhances equality. Why am I saying that? Now, people who most of the times get polio are the people in the deprived areas, people who are poor. Yes, and now these people are not having the polio disease. So now they are equal. Now they can move. They can do everything that the rich could also do for themselves. So it means if I would come to the rich and beg for money, now I have limbs to work with. and then be able to take care of myself. So apart, we are all working and we are all getting our money. It has reduced stigma. But way back in my village, we used to have names for people coming down with paralysis as a result of polio. For the benefit of the people who are on this page who are not Ghanaians, I would want to use the English words so that you can comprehend. We used to call them the wise cripple. In Ghana, we call them Apachinyan Safo. Yes, some of these words that we're using really drain the people. And then most of these people could not continue with their education because when they come to school, and then we are going for physical education, what we call PE, and then they are sitting down, we drag them, we pull their legs because we didn't understand why we are all walking, and then they have their legs tied around sticks and then walking around. So we wanted them to be part of us, but well, due to the disease, they are not active as we were. And then most of these people could not complete school. So it has reduced stigma. And then now polio is empowering women. For instance, if you have a child who is paralyzed, who is most likely to take care of this child? It is definitely the woman who is more likely to take care of this child when it comes to our setting in Africa. But now the women have more time to work because their children are healthy. They have more time to work. And by so doing, it is allowing them to exhibit their skills and talents, thereby empowering them. So in my concluding statement, I would say that polio vaccine is cost effective, and hence every caregiver should be encouraged by stakeholders to allow all the children receive polio vaccines as well as other vaccines, which would help us build a better nation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Buzia. Anyway, before we take any question, one member asks why your camera is off. Would you mind putting it on? Or
okay, unfortunately, where I am, there's no light. So even if I put it on, you wouldn't see me.
oh, okay, all right. So, fellow Rotarians and guests, the floor is open for questions. If you have any question, please raise your hand and you'll be given the opportunity to ask your question. Hello, Terence, the floor is open for questions. Okay, Mr. Buzi, I want to start by asking this question. Someone asked, and I think it's also worth finding out from you. If polio has been declared to have ended in Ghana, why are you still immunizing the children?
Okay, please, should I go ahead and answer?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you very much. So as I was speaking, I said that we have been able to eradicate the polio, but unfortunately for us, we had an importation of the circulating virus, vaccine-derived polio viruses. Now, if we do not vaccinate the children that we are giving birth to, they will start becoming susceptible to polio. It means that they will become eligible to the polio virus. They will become, their immune system will become that weak because they do not have traces of the polio vaccines in them. And then wherever there is an introduction of this polio virus, these children will be affected. That is why we still have to continue with the vaccination. With the children who have already taken the vaccines, when I was talking, I also mentioned that polio can be prevented by giving multiple doses of the polio vaccine. So these children, although they have taken one or two of the vaccine, we do not know which of the particular vaccine that will trigger the immune response. So it is advisable, per epidemiological statistics, it is advisable that every child receive multiple doses of polio vaccine to help build the immune system. I don't know if I have answered the question. Hello? Hello, Mr. Philip.
So, sorry, my mic was off. So does it mean that even though polio has been declared to have ended in Ghana, every year immunization will still take place?
Okay, as and when epidemiological data indicates that there should be the need for vaccination, yes, the vaccination will take place.
Okay. Is any more questions? Okay, so I think there are no questions for now. So we will proceed to the next, which is the vote of thanks. In the absence of any more questions. Okay, I can't see any hands raised, so. All right, so I'll ask our past president, Albert, to give the vote of thanks.
Return President, fellow Rotarians and guests. Before I give the vote of thanks, I would like the speaker to answer these questions as it is the practice in Rotary clubs. Mr. Vrefa, are you there?
Yes, I am here, please.
Okay, Mr. Vrefa, the talk that you've given us about the facts and all things about the polio, can you say that it is the truth?
Yes, I can vividly say that it is the truth, because in epidemiology we deal with facts and figures.
Thank you very much. And is it fair to all concerned?
Yes, it is very fair to all concerned.
And build goodwill and better friendship?
Yes, it will build goodwill and better friendship, because if we are all healthy, we'll be able to have a better friendship. We will not become burdens to others.
And will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Yes, it is very beneficial to all concerned, because we need to build a better nation.
Thank you very much. So on behalf of the president of the Rotary Club of Tema, Meridian, and all Rotarians here present, we'd like to thank you very much for your presentation. And then, because this is a Zoom meeting, you will not be able to present a certificate, but maybe the president will find time to do a certificate presentation to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Thank you very much, Past President Albert. And thank you once again, Mr. Abrefa, for honoring our invitation. and for this insightful presentation. We hope that next time the light will do us a good favor to see your face. So thank you so much for honoring our invitation once again. So we move to the next on the agenda, which is our fine. So I will ask our president-elect to do some fines for us. Mr. Sugar. To our visitors, fines are ways through which we raise money for our club. So, Potential Sugar, you have, I think, 2 minutes for that. Potential Sugar, kindly unmute.
Hotel President, are you talking to me?
Yes, yes. I think I said, please take some fines for us.
Oh, sorry, I did not hear your question. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Honorable members, we need money, and money is everything. So I will plead with each and every Rotarian member who has joined us this evening to donate not less than 20 cedi our President, can you put my number there so that pushing their money to my mobile number?
So the mobile number is displayed on the screen, as Potential Sugar said. Potential Sugar, are you done?
Yes, so I've requested members to donate not less than 20 Ghana cedis.
Okay,
Each
so
member should donate to the club not less than
20 Ghana cedis. Okay.
Yes, and I know my honorable Rotarians will do that. I'll start from CP, so I know CP can give me 40 Ghana cedis this evening, and the rest will follow suit. CP, are you there? But Rotarian President, how much are you donating to me tonight?
I'm donating 50 Ghana cedis.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
PP Albert to the
Sugar.
Are you there?
Sugar.
Says
Hey,
days
Sugar.
to American election. So give me 60 cities. 6 days to American election. Give me 60 cities.
It's not my it's a different.
Potential Sugar, I think some also were requesting to have a monthly payment plan. I think would that work?
Engineers, good evening.
Okay.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, AG. AG, please go ahead.
I thought you were asking me something.
Oh, okay. I think
I want you to donate 50 cities to me. I beg you.
Okay, I hear you.
Thank you, sir. PP Albert has sent his money.
So your donation.
PP Albert.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I've received the money. Sharp.
You're welcome.
I can see my girlfriend, Ethel. Ethelo, are you there?
Where
As
is
for
Ethel?
you, I'll charge you 20.
Where is Ethel?
I've seen some name, Ethelo. Maybe.
No, you can find out from PP Blanks.
Hey, co-host.
PP Albert, we don't have any PP blanks, so.
Hello, it's me. Yes, I'm here.
I know we can find out from her. Okay, she has responded.
My
Ethel.
mic was muted. That is why.
Can you give me 20 cities tonight?
You hear from me. You hear from me.
No. Is it the truth?
I said you hear from me, la.
I hear.
You hear from me.
Co-host, dancing.
This one is appeal for funds.
Co-host.
Hello, Sugar. Yeah.
You know how you do it, so you just push it to me. I beg you.
I hear. I go. Why are you? Why?
Okay. With all due respect, RP, can I go ahead and find Vijay?
Oh, please. I'll plead on Vijay's part.
We need India money. Oh, you should send the India money down to Ghana. I can give my account number straightforward. PP Francesca, my girlfriend. Franca. Franca, good evening.
Hello, Sugar, good evening.
Yes. Last week, this week, just add it and you wire it to me.
No,
yes. For being too late. For being too late, not less than 20 cities.
Francesca.
Please, if you are going to fine me for lateness, then it means that I will always be paying fine. Please.
But when it comes to lateness, I'll pay for you because you are my girlfriend, so don't worry.
Hey, KB, what is going on?
Hey, Moano. You are the original girlfriend. As for PP Francesca, talking jolly, she's talking jolly. So don't worry. Mm-hmm. Yes. And who else? PP Antoinette, are you there? And I can see.
No, I'm not.
She said she's not, though.
I'm not.
Okay. You send me some money so that I can mention your name. Where?
Okay,
let the money talk.
I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
I
correct
hear you.
Correct for 3 points. Sarah, I can see you. Retractor Sarah.
She's the president. She's the Rotary president. Please don't bully her. Don't bully her.
She's the Rotary president.
Oh, sorry.
Please don't bully her.
The small guys, they have money. The small guys, they have money more than we, the big guys.
How do you know, Sugar? How do you know? How do you know?
because I deal with ladies often. Yes.
I will meet in
As for
Cambridge.
you small girl, so after small girl, so 20 cities sharp.
I'll send. Please stop harassing my president.
I hear. And to all our returning guests, please, you know the number already. You can forward it to me. Thank you so much, Lieutenant President. I'm done.
Thank you, Lieutenant Sugar. And thank you so much. So as Lieutenant Sugar said, the numbers are displayed. We'll be grateful to receive your donations as well. Thank you so much. So I think you can do your compilation of money you are expecting so that you announce it. Lieutenant Sugar.
I think it's better for me to put it on the platform tomorrow.
Okay.
Because now the money is dropping. It's dropping, yes. So it's keep on dropping. So let me do it tomorrow.
But you should have your anticipated amount that you're expecting. So take note of that. Thank you so much. Thank you. So we move to the next, which is raffle. Raffle for today.
Hello.
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 Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, we'll tell you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hello. Sugar.
Yes, sir. I can see you.
Have you seen my donation? My fine?
Yes, please.
Have you seen it? I've sent you my fine. Hello.
Thank you. I'll publish it.
Have you seen it right now? You call my name, then
CP.
I think went unmuted. So I sent you 40 CDs.
Yes.
I should send 40 CDs. So I sent you 40 CDs.
Yes, I've received it. Thank you so much.
Oh, okay, thank you. All right.
Yes, I've received it.
Raffle, Lieutenant Blank, please go ahead with the raffle for today.
Okay, all right, sure. Hello. Hello, can you hear me, please?
We can hear you.
Okay. A winning ticket and then a losing ticket today. So I'll just go through the list quickly. If you can see your name, that's fine. If you can't, kindly let me know and put your name. I'm sorry to our friends in the diaspora and from the international Rotary. We can't your names because we don't know how to go about the raffle prize and if you should lose the donation. So we are letting it to people in Ghana. Okay, so please.
Please, I can't see my name.
If you're in Ghana and you can't see your name, just let me know. I will add it. I'll just give a second to that and then we can proceed.
I can't see my name.
Please, your name.
FL. I can't see my name.
You are losing.
Pardon?
Okay, Ethel, your name is in.
All right.
Who else? We're good to go, right? Okay, so we take the first winning ticket. Congratulations, Rotary Batista from Rotary Club of Tema to 25. You are winner for tonight. Congratulations, Rotary Sugar. Please kindly take notes and then congratulations you. Our treasurer will get in touch with you. So we proceed to our losing tickets, please. All the best to all the.
How can you say all the best for losing tickets?
The best to everybody. Viola Aubry. Viola Aubry is she happened to be selected as the losing ticket for the night. Please, can we hear from you and from which club, please? Hello.
I think she's not online. So can you spin it again? She's not online.
Okay. So would you donate to take another one or sorry?
Yeah, please spin it again. She's not on. I think she's left the meeting.
No, yeah, Rotary.
Okay. Ethel, I predicted.
This one there, it is fake.
Predicted. Oh, Ethel. Return, I'm really sorry, but
one there,
you're the loser for tonight. Why is it fake?
So,
this one there, it is fake.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ethel, you give 10 CD to the club.
So Ethel, sorry, please donate to the club. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
this one there, Rotarian blanks and it is fake.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rotarian.
Thank you, Rotarian Blank. Fellow Rotarians.
Why is it fake?
You take attendance.
I tell you.
It is fake. Rotarian blanks in. Only you know what you did.
Rotarian, please. Can we proceed? Rotarian Blanks, please go ahead with.
Okay, Rotarian President, Rotarians, our attendance for tonight. Our attendance for tonight recorded people to 33 members as our peak attendance for tonight. Thank you very much.
No, Rotarian Blanks, at our peak, we are 26.
Oh, really? I think them other people joined whilst I was attending to. Oh, really?
Okay, so please update your record.
Really? Yes. Okay, I'll that down.
Philip, there were 33 people. There were many who had come and they had been out, so they have not repeated. So there were 33 people.
Okay, so to our visiting Rotarians, we are very happy to have you to fellowship with us tonight. I saw our AG. AG, thank you for being part of our meeting. Please, do you have any announcement for us or any word for us?
No, not today. I will talk to you later. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. I also saw President Wale of the Rotary Club of Edgware and Stanmore in the UK. Thank you for being part of us. And I also had the president of the Rotary Club in Kenya, Rotarian Vijay. Can you confirm the name of the club again?
It was Uganda, Kisugu, Victoria Views.
All right. Thank you. That's Uganda. Thank you, President, for fellowshipping with us.
Well, and I think we had some other members also from their club.
From your club. Okay.
Yeah, I had some other members.
Thank you. Please do send us your invitation and we will also attend your meetings.
Okay.
All right.
We'll do that in the Telegraph group.
All right. All right. Thank you. We also had our Retractors joining us. Retractor President, we are happy to have you. It's been a while. How is your Rotary Club doing? Rotary President Sarah, are you there? Okay, I think she can't hear me. So we are happy. I saw quite a number of your members joining us tonight. We are very happy to have you and to fellowship with us. I also saw Tractor Enoch. In fact, the Tractor Enoch is now a guest of our club. He has personally decided to join us, and he has been attending our meetings for the past weeks. So I'm sure as he keeps joining us very soon, he's from our Rotary Club, so he's one of the few Retractors who have agreed to join the Rotary Club of Tema Meridian. So I think he left midway, otherwise he would have introduced himself. To all our guests, we are happy to have you. I don't know if any of the guests of Rotary Club of Tema Meridian are still online. If you are a guest and you're online, you have not been identified, please let me introduce you. Kindly raise your hand and let me introduce you to the club, because some of our guests have been attending meetings for the past weeks, but unfortunately they have not been introduced. So if you're a guest of the club and you're online, please let me raise your hand and let me introduce you. If not, I think we will call the meeting to an end. So I will ask our Rotarian Adelaide to please depart the house. Okay, I think Rotarian Adelaide is not online. So I'll ask Rotarian Ethel to depart the house. Rotarian Ethel, please unmute your mic.
Rotarian President, fellow Rotarians, Retractors and guests. How do we do this now? I've forgotten. Closing, you know what, Rotary President, please, somebody should help me out. To all Rotarians, wherever they may be.
So we are drinking a toast to all Rotarians.
We are drinking, yeah, drink a toast to all Rotarians,
Rotary
wherever
International and
Rotary
Rotarians,
International, wherever they may be. I hope CP Kingsley is off.
Rotary world over.
To all Rotarians the world over. Thank you once again for joining us. The meeting has officially come to an end. So please feel free to fellowship until we finally